To you, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am, and congratulations to
Congratulations.
you.
Yes, yes. I'll share my
You
award.
share your experience, please.
Yeah, this is the award they gave. And this is the citation and 11,000 rupees.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Yes.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. But for me, you people all paying attention and listening is an award every day.
Very
Is an
proud of
honor
you,
and
ma'am.
award every day.
Really very proud of you, ma'am.
Yeah. But awards are, I told you, no, responsibility to do more work. Recognition, responsibility to do more
So
work.
we are laymen, madam. We know the thing only, ma'am. We are laymen.
So, what are you trying to say?
So whatever award you are getting, we have been happy to.
We are benefited because of your awareness.
It's a happy occasion for us, you know.
So, in this award, you all have a role. Had you not been in my life, I would not have performed, I would not have achieved, and they would not have
No,
given.
you are the main role in our life, ma'am. Yeah, you are the leader in our life also.
Yeah, but I feel, you know, my commitment to promote Jainism for a lifetime has been recognized. That's all. It has been recognized. That's all I feel. But anyway, that recognition is not going to get me Atmaka recognition. Their recognition should not come in the way of my recognition of myself. It should not put me on a pedestal. It should make me humble and make me more committed to study Jainism and imbibe Jainism and promote Jainism. So yes, can somebody tell me what are the 3 papers we are doing this semester? Let me quickly. The madri answer varno. No thinking.
Moksha Marga Prakasha, chapter 3 and 4, Kramapada Bharyaya and Naya Chakra.
Anekantvad Syadvad.
Anekantvad Syadvad. And then the self-study is Kal Chakra and whatever it may.
Yes. Have you all finished Kal Chakra? Aap kuch bhi kaho.
Aap kuch bhi kaho, we have finished. Kal Chakra is going on.
Very good, very good, very good. Chalo. How are you doing Aap kuch bhi kaho and Kal Chakra? You
Ma'am,
have
we have a group called Paramaham Vichar, and we meet on Sunday afternoons. And every Aap Kuch Bhi Kaho, we finish the stories, 1 story a day. And hi Trida, namaskar, Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra bolo sabko. Sabko Jai Jinendra bolo, aise bolo. Aise.
Jai Jinendra beta.
सबको सुपर बोल दो, सुपर सुपर बोल दो. अच्छा बोलो भगवान महावीर स्वामी की जय. जय बोल दो. हाथी कैसे करता है? अच्छा आंख मार दो, सबको आंख मार दो, सबको आंख मारो जल्दी जल्दी. कैसे आंख मारता है? नहीं करते, आंख मारो. चलो. गुड मॉर्निंग बोलो सबको. गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड मॉर्निंग. जय हिंद. जय हिंद बोलो. जय हिंद कैसे करते हैं? She woke up. The way she sleeps till 11. जाओ 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 नानू के पास जाओ. इसको बाजू में भेज दो, थोड़ी देर खेल के आएगी. वो लोग आके बुलाते रहते हैं. ओके. हाँ, यस डियर, कंटिन्यू.
Kal Chakra we are doing, we have come halfway.
No,
through.
dear, that was not my question. My question was, do you
How
have
are
the
you?
translations?
No, no,
Or
no, no.
you people study and you people teach, and that's how everybody gets to know things.
Yes, we don't English. Aap Kuch Bhi Kaho, we have an English book.
You have the English book. And Kal Chakra?
No translation. So
Why don't
people
one of you translate it? Everything is there on Google also. You just have to follow this book and do the translation, and somebody can do the editing, and we can give it to them, no? It will be useful for the upcoming batches.
We'll do
Somebody,
it, ma'am.
somebody. So I'm not telling you do it, you do it. Somebody, whoever is interested, please come forward and do it. Okay. So can you tell me what you studied last in Anekantvad Syadvad?
We talked about Varnastaniya and Padastaniya and how to know the Veda Vigyan, you need to know Saptabhangi.
Okay. Did I finish the portions, Anekantvad Syadvad, or something remains?
Ma'am, you mentioned the last bit about the questions between Barilji and Kanji. That is the part. Yeah.
Upsamhar, no?
Yeah.
The Upsamhar part we need to do. Okay. ठीक है. So I quoted some authors who have told that Anekantvad Syadvad have not got the due recognition and they have got the misinterpretation. Can you name the few authors?
Oh, yes.
Can you name the few authors who have misinterpreted Anekantvad Syadvad and somebody who has appreciated Anekantvad Syadvad? Their names appear in the tail end of the chapter.
Yeah, Sankaracharya.
Shankaracharya, ma'am.
It's represented it.
Then, okay, then Ramdhari Singh Dinkar, a Hindi poet, Rashtra Kavi. He has appreciated Anekantvad. And Samantabhadra.
This Mahamohopadhyay, Satya Sampadacharya Swami Ram Mishra Shastri.
Ganganath Jha. Okay, chalo. So with that we ended this chapter. Now let us see what Bharil Sahab has to say about this whole book. Okay, in that 2 paragraphs, he is devoted to these 2 chapters, Anekantvad and Syadvad. Okay, now let all of you please pay attention for some time. I'll just take the class for 1 hour, and then 1 hour we'll have your Gandhar Bhav Bhasan. And I would like to do Mokshmarg Prakashak 3-4, chapter 3 and 4 revision. Okay, chapter 3 and 4 revision I would like to do today and in the next class. So I'll be asking you questions. And then I'll try to give more insights. And our Friday class was fabulous. You can also listen to my Friday class ka recording, YouTube pe jaake. And 3rd and 4th chapter revision, we have done very nicely in Hindi over there. You can listen to it if you want. Okay, chalo. Now come to the Upsamhar. It says the whole universe is Shad Dravya Maya. Anywhere you see, the Shad Dravyas will be there. Inside the body, outside the body. Okay. In the Atma, also the Shad Dravya are reflected. Shad Dravya are reflected. What we are doing, we are reflected in Paramatma's Atma Pradeshas. What thoughts are going on in us are also reflected in Paramatma's Gyan. You're able to imagine what I'm trying to say. So the whole universe is Shad Dravya Maya. In the Atma, the Shad Dravya Maya are reflected. And when the Atma sees outside also, it is only the 6 Dravyas. Anything, any other Dravya is there. Science is yet to discover about Dharmastikaya, Adharmastikaya. They talk in great detail about space, about time, and about all the laws that govern space and all the laws of physics and chemistry. And now you have organic chemistry and microbiology and all trying to discover the microcosm in the macrocosm. Okay. They're trying to discover the micro in the macro, and they're trying to discover the macro in the micro. Okay. The macro in the macro. What is in the atom? What is a macrocosm in the atom? Atom is a small microcosm when compared to the whole macrocosm. But what is it made of? What is the cosmos in that atom? What is the cosmos in the consciousness? So all discovery will go on and on and on in whether it is in physics or science or social sciences and humanities and spiritual sciences. So life is a never-ending search of what governs life, living, and the whole universe. I've made a very big statement. It covers, what should be our journey and what we will discover. And in this universe, there are ananta padartha. Padartha means what? Pada plus artha. Pada means something that is full of. Pada means like you have position. So Namokarme, you have the Pancha Parameshti, Pancha Pada. So Pada means it is symbolic of something that is full of something. And Artha means what they are supposed to perform. What is their functionality? So Pada means any substance and Artha means the functionality of the substance. So you have the 6 substances which are full of properties and paryai, modifications, and they all have their functionalities. Okay, so this is how the universe is functioning through its guna and paryai. In among these ananta padartha, ananta jiva with ananta jnanananda swabhava padartha is also there. The jiva is there with the jnanananda swabhava, and how many jiva are there? Ananta jiva. And how much of jnana is there? Ananta jnana paryai is there. And more than jiva are the infinite times more than the jiva are the number of pudgal, parmanu. And then ek akash dravya hai, dharmastika, dharmastika are 1 each, and kal is asankhyata kalanu. The whole of Panchastika summary is given over. Okay, then among the ananta jiva dravya, our jiva dravya is 1. And it is an undivided whole of infinite properties. Jnana ka ghana pind. Ghana means thick. Nothing can penetrate into the soul. Nothing can pierce the soul. Nothing can cut the soul. In the Gita, they say, even in Acharang, it is told that you cannot burn it, you cannot wet it, you cannot dry it, you cannot kill it. It is ajanma. It is ananta, anadi, ananta. So you can all listen to one lovely album by Kailash Kher, Anadi Ananta. Anadi Ananta. Okay, Adi Yogi. So that is nothing but song of the pure soul. In the same way, you can listen to Shivoham, Shivoham, Nirvana Shatakam. It is again nothing a song of the pure soul. Bhaktamara Stotra, song of the pure soul. Everywhere the soul is glorified. But we think it is Paramatma is glorified. We are all Atma. We have to glorify them. So that is what to say. The Jeev has not understood its sovereignty. It has not understood that it is Teen Lokanath. That much it is capable of. Okay. So hum swayam ko sahi roop se nahi jante. Swa ayam. Swa also means self, and you have no amhe vayam. Amhe vayam in Sanskrit and Prakrit. Vayam means hum, we, I. Okay, so hum swayam ko sahi roop se nahi jante. We know ourselves, but we don't know the way we should know it. The way it is. The way it is, we don't know ourselves. Okay, what we are not, we identify ourselves with that. We are not the body, we are not the mind, we are not the karma, we are not the kashai, but we think we are all that. So that is the state of delusion. So the soul is potentially inherently pure, but it has never realized its inherent potentiality. So it is in a deluded state. It is found with all the karmas and kashai, and it identifies itself with them. Okay, it identifies itself with them. That is the root cause of suffering. Somebody telling you an abusive word, you losing your wealth, you losing your limbs is not the cause of suffering. You not identifying yourself with the real self is the root cause of suffering. Clear? Okay. So that's what they're telling over here. हम पर को निज जानते हैं और पर में ही अपनापन करते हैं. What is the other? We identify ourselves with that and we consider that as ours. But at the time of death, we are not able to take that shock and we die with a very disheartened spirit. And again, we remain caught in the cycle of samsara. Okay, so par ko nij mat jano, nij ko nij jano. Par means non-self and nij means self. Don't consider the non-self as the self. Consideration only. There's no doing anything. It's all in the gyan. All the problem is in our gyan and all the correction has to be done in our gyan. All the problem is in our understanding and the correction has to be done in the understanding. In the past 2 years, we are only trying to correct our understanding. We have not told you to do anything. Do this, do this, do this. Nothing we have told. Okay. And par mein hi apnapan karte. We consider the non-self as the self and we have a lot of attachment with the non-self. And we experience that is suffering. Even though in the material world, you may be super successful, you may have a lot of name and fame and recognition and wealth, power, position, but deep down, Paramatma is telling you not knowing, we not knowing ourselves is the state of suffering. That's why in the Four Noble Truths, Buddha says the first noble truth is there is suffering. First understand, identify what real suffering is. Okay, so then when you know that is suffering, only then he says there is a cause for it. There is a way out of it. And what is a way out of it? The Eightfold Path. So that is why Buddhism is very, very popular in the Western world and in other parts of the world. Because it is straight away talking about suffering and the way out of suffering. And when Buddha was confronted with metaphysical questions about rebirth and about Atma and all these things, he said, don't worry about all these things. Your head will fall down. See, there is suffering. They give a very beautiful example of a person who has been shot with an arrow. Okay, a person walking in the forest or whatever it is, shot with an arrow. Now, at that time, you discuss about what is Atma, what is rebirth, or will you take out the arrow from the body and relieve him of the suffering? So he says, work on this. Don't think about other things. So he simply remained silent about more than 12 questions. And this metaphysics did not bother him because in my opinion, he was not a Keval Jnani. If you take Buddha and Mahavir's history, if I can take your time and talk 1 minute about it, Mahavir got Keval Gyan and he was declared an omniscient by the Devatas. They came and celebrated his Keval Gyan, the Keval Gyan Kalyana, the Samavasharan was created for him and all these things happened. People flocked and listened to him and all those things. But whereas Buddha, who was a senior contemporary of Mahavir, I think so. Yeah, but they never met. And Buddha followed the Parshvanath tradition for some years. He fasted and fasted and fasted. Pure sharir ko unhone kankal kar diya. He reduced his body to a skeleton level. But he did not achieve the Keval Gyan that Mahavir had achieved. So then he gave up fasting. He gave up the austere practices and he said they are of no use. And then he chose the middle path and he declared himself as he's got enlightenment. Under the, in Gaya, under the Bodhi tree, he declared himself that I have got this knowledge, and then he had his following and all that. So you see, he did not have the answers to the metaphysical things and those things that govern the universe, the deep Utpad, Vyay, Dravya. He just took the Vyay part. And he said, everything is changing. Everything is changing. There's no permanent reality. So don't think about it. And on the other hand, you had Vedanta, which said there is no change. Change is only an illusion. Okay. There's only one permanent reality, and that is the Brahman. So here you have Jainism, which was talking about change amidst permanence and permanence amidst change. You're a Gyan Swabhav Atma permanently, and every moment the Paryay of your Gyan Swabhav Atma is undergoing change. Likewise, the whole universe is governed by Utpad, Vyay, Dravya. Origination, change, permanence is taking place in the microcosm and at the macrocosm. It is taking place in your body, it is taking place in your Atma. So this Tripadi he revealed, and based on Tripadi, the Dwadashang was constructed orally by the Ganadharas, but handed down through a Shruti Smriti Parampara. People talking, somebody remembering, again somebody talking, somebody remembering. That's how it was handed down. And then for 1,000 years, after 1,000 years, the Shvetamba literature was documented, and you have Shatkhand Agam and all documented after 500 years. And that is when Kunda Kunda and all these people came. So according to me, the Digambar literature is, what to say, older than the Shvetambar literature documentation. Okay, that is why the Prakrit of and Acharang and Sutrakritam. So these and few other parts here and there are of the oldest stock of Prakrit. Everything else is a later construct, you know. So that's how we have to understand. So where did I go? From suffering. So what is suffering? Par mein apnapan. Apne mein apnapan nahi hai. We don't have that self-consciousness, that self-realization. That is the root cause of suffering. Nothing else is suffering. Supposing I tell you, I go and hit against a stone very badly. Immediately I will get the pain. But when I'm getting the pain, concentrate on the Gyan that is being aware of the pain. Your pain will reduce. Your pain will reduce. You divert your attention. You divert your attention, your pain will reduce. That is why you see, when small children, when they fall down, they'll say, hey, don't worry. Dekho kitni chintiyan mar gayi. What they are doing, they're only diverting the attention of the child from that pain. And so the child starts seeing where the ants are killed, but actually there's nothing over there. So actually वो ज्ञान को ही divert कर रहे हैं, तो वो ज्ञान में उसको वो pain नजर नहीं आता. Clear? So you get it. So in the same way, whether any challenge comes to us in our life, if we can focus on the Gyan that is aware of the things, our Klesh, our Artha Raudra Dhyan will reduce even for a moment. You try and do it. You try and do it. Okay. So that time, who is protecting you from that suffering? Your Gyan. So when little Gyan can protect you, Anant Gyan, how much it can keep you protected? You understand what I'm trying to say? So whatever happens in the world, the Aryanta Siddha Bhagwan are not affected. They have built a huge fort of Ananta Gyan around them, from where they are getting the Ananta Sukh. So they are not worried about what is happening in the world. Somebody is happy, somebody is not happy, somebody is worshipping them, somebody is nothing. They are beyond all this. They have reached a state beyond all this. They are only in that state of super consciousness or Gyan Swabhav, Ananda Swabhav. And that is how they have touched the Vitaragata. And they have no Raga Dvesh and no business with the material. So they have demonstrated to us that anybody and everybody can reach this state. It is a birthright of every soul. Every jiva is eligible for this kingdom of bliss, which is within. It is not a prerogative of, if I'm using the right word, of any Jains or believers and non-believers or only humans. Even all living beings have the right. But how many people are going to like we all have the right to be the Prime Minister of India. But anybody and everybody is not going to be the Prime Minister, even though we have the right, even though we have the fundamental right. I know. But how many people are going to exercise that right? How many people are going to take the responsibility on them? So being a Bhagwan, being a Jina is a great responsibility. It won't come otherwise. You have to take the responsibility. Okay. So why we are dukhi? Because par mein apna. Don't forget these lines. Nij ko nij nahi jante aur par mein apnapan karte. Idu Tamil la yaravadu solla mudiyuma? Nij means Atma. We don't consider the Atma as Atma, and par mein apnapan, oneness with the non-soul things. It's a very lame English, but then you take it in your way. Okay? Then sthapit karte hain, hai nahi, sthapit karte hain. Sthapit karte means we consider, and so jadvat ho jate. We live a life of non-living. Even though we are consciousness, we are living a life of karma and kashai only, and agyan only, and perversion. Okay, and then not only we, but like us, Anant Jeev in this sansar have forgotten their soul. Forgotten means they are born with this original sin. They are unaware of it. That is what is the original sin according to the Bible. So they don't know themselves, and even if you try to tell somebody, they don't understand. They will simply blink at what you're talking. That much is the jadta, that much is the deluded cloud, cloud of delusion. Okay, next one, next paragraph. Bharil Sahib says that what is a way out of? Okay, you have told us the suffering is there, but what is a way out of the suffering? Then he says the only way out is to know and to recognize the Bhagwan Atma. Recognize the Godhood in us. Don't consider yourself as an ordinary soul. You are it is only from your soul that Keval Gyan and Godhood is going to manifest. So understand the potential inherent divinity. And until and unless you know it, your suffering will not be terminated. Okay. Next he says, Praman and Nay are the two tools by which you can know the soul. Praman and Nay are the two tools by which you can know the soul. You can know the Jivadi Padartha. And when you understand that I am that Jiv, I am that Jiv Tattva, then what happens? When you know that, it says like this, to know the Jiva Tattva through Praman and Naya is not only avashyak, but it is anivarya. Avashyak means not only important, but it is indispensable. You have no other way out. Applying the tools of Praman and Naya. Okay. So then he says, knowing the Atma Tattva. Nij Bhagwan Atma hi Parama Tattva hai. Our Bhagwan Atma is the supreme Tattva. And when you know this supreme Tattva, that is called Samyak Gyan. And that is why Acharya Samanta Bhadra, he said that Tattva Gyan is only the Praman. Tattva Gyan is the metaphysical knowledge, which epistemological knowledge, which leads to self-experience, is the Praman. Okay, so he gives one very beautiful quotation there. Tattva Gyana Pramanam te yugapat sarvam bhasanam kramabhavi cha yajnanam syadvad naya samskritam. This is from Apta Mimamsa, which is a very beautiful text, and you should all read it. Okay, so we studied a little bit of Apta Mimamsa, no? When we did Tattva Gyan Patmala, Prag Bhav, Pradvansa Bhav, that one. Okay, so he says, hey Bhagwan, oh Lord, your Tattva Gyan, see, it's only 2.5 pages. So Bhagwan, the Tattva Gyan that you have revealed is Praman. Praman means is valid knowledge. Yes, Jeev, Ajeev, Punya, Pap, Asrav, Bandh, all these exist. I believe in it. Okay. And this Tattva Gyan is of two types, Kramabhavi, Akramabhavi. Krama means coming in a sequence, Akrama without sequence. Okay. So one who knows all the tattvas without any sequence, all are reflected in his Gyan simultaneously, that supreme Keval Gyan is Akramabhavi Tattva Gyan. Okay. And when in the knowledge of the bondage beings, we call the bondage beings as Chadmasta. Chadma means conditioned, obscuring. Stha yane sthit. Those who are with the obscuring are called Chadmasta. This is a technical word. So they have only Mati Shrut Gyan. So only by Kram they will know. Kram means in an order they will know the tattvas and they will reveal the tattvas. So, and to reveal the Kramabhavi tattvas, you need the tools of Syadvad and other tools of Syadvad. So you have the sevenfold prediction of the Saptabhangi. So that is how you will talk about the tattvas, which in a Kram. Supposing I ask you, you people have shared so many examples on WhatsApp, no? Kram say talking about things. So we'll take up your examples if you're interested after this class. Okay, coming back. So Nij Bhagwan Atma is Param Tattva, it is Parama Satya, it is Parama Bhava, and Praman and Naya are the ones that talk about the Parama Bhava and give us the right understanding of reality, of the tattvas. Okay, so that is why, you know, Anek Prakar se in this whole book, Param Bhav Prakashak Naya Chakra, they have discussed the different Nayas, which throw light on the Parama Bhava, Parama Tattva, Parama Satya. Parama means supreme. The supreme Tattva, the supreme Satya, the supreme Bhava. Okay, so this Parama Bhava is the Moola Swabhava of the Bhagwan Atma. And that is a Paramparinamic Bhav. It may be called as the Gyayak Bhav. It is given in your book. I'm not telling anything from my book. It's as it is in the book, I'm giving it to you. If somebody can transcript what I'm talking, aapka ye chapter ka translation ready ho. Okay, and there is one app called speech to text. Wait, let me see what it is. 1 second. It is, yeah, speech to text. So you can just switch on that app and whatever I'm speaking, wo pura text ke roop mein aa jata hai. From one language to another. You can talk in Hindi, wo Hindi mein text aa jayega. You talk in English, English mein wo text aa jayega. Clear? You don't have to sit and even type. So what, you know, technology is telling you are a karta, remain a karta, I'll do everything for you. It is slowly driving us to that only. And machines will do everything. You are a karta, enjoy being an a karta. But in that pursuit, we are creating more and more tools and more Indriya Vishaya indulgence only we are doing.
So doing this, we are doing something else.
Something else. And we are polluting the earth, the beautiful earth. I don't know. I don't think man is going to come. Unless otherwise a big explosion happens, we are all not going to sudharafai. Hum sudharne wale nahi. So nature will do its corrections. If too much ho jayega na, nature will give a big blow and then we'll again gather, all whatever. Chal. So I don't know. I should call one person. His name is Sanjeev Sharma, whom I met in my recent trip. Lot of people I met, lot of new things and all that. So this person, he's a Sharma and he gave us wonderful information. One full हमारा जो trip था from Palitana to Ahmedabad, 4 hours का trip था. Nearly 1 hour, 1.5 hours, he was talking and we all were listening with zapped attention. He was not talking about Atma and all, but he was talking about the world as such, which is very, very horrifying. He was talking about weaponization of education, weaponization of religion, weaponization of medicine, medical world, and weaponization of culture and everything. Everything, you know, there are 4 to 5 people in the US or whatever it is, and they want to control the whole world, and they don't want us to promote ahimsa and all these kind of things. They don't want us to. So our things will never be heard in the global platform. Even if it is heard, it will not be promoted. But that doesn't mean that we should not, we should stop believing in it. Whatever may be the world, our way will be the way of Paramatma. That much of faith we should have in our, not in our, in the reading that we are doing. Okay, coming back. So Parama Bhava Bhagwan Atma is the Moola Swabhav. You don't have to become Bhagwan. We are all ready-made, bane, banaye Bhagwan. Okay, just the realization of it will, and the manifestation of it is important. So what are the names for this Parama Bhava? It is Gyayak Bhav, Paramparinamik Bhav, Trikali Bhav. What is Trikal only is the real you. What is Trikal? You all know Trikal, no? Past, present, future is only the real you. Shuddha Bhav, Dhruva Bhav, call it by any name you want. So this Parama Bhav is the Swabhavik Paramat Jiva Tattva, Nija Bhagwan Atma, and have oneness with that. And the oneness with that, the realization of that is Samyak Darshan, the knowledge of that is Samyak Gyan, and the experience of that and absorption in that is Samyak Charitra, and not coming out of that is Samyak Tap. That is not there, but I have added that. So Moksha Marga ka Moola is the realization of this Parama Bhava Rupa Bhagwana. So even if you don't realize, at least have the nirnay that I am that, thou art that. You may not realize it in one stroke, but I am that, I'm not this, I'm not this. What that is, I will find out. Let it wait for some time. But I am that, I rejoice in that bhav. I am that, I'm not this. And slowly that will become this, and this will become that. That happens through deep meditation. Okay, the body consciousness, which is this, becomes that. And the Atma that was that becomes this. So I am Atma Gudakesha. And I am that Atman. So Krishna is talking from that person. हाँ बेटा, क्या चाहिए बेटा? इसको ले लीजिए ना. इसको भेज दो इसके घर. ए ऊपर चढ़ गई ड्रेसिंग टेबल पर. फिर तो क्या कर रहा है? जाओ नानू के पास. जा कबू देकर आ जा. जा ऊपर कबू देकर आ जा. जा. जा कबू देकर आ जा. जा जा जा. जा कबू आया. कितना कबू आया? जा. Yeah. So now next part. So Nishchay Vyavhar, the real viewpoint and the phenomenal nominal viewpoint. Dravyarthik, Paryayarthik, look at the Dravya, don't look at the Paryay. Then Nayagam Adi 7 Naya, and then 47 Nayas. So all these are talking about the Bhagwan Atma. They're all talking about the Bhagwan Atma. In the same way, Anekantvad, Syadavad, Saptabhangi, Nyay, Bhi, they are highlighting this Bhagwan Atma. Okay, then this Nishchay Vyavhar Nay, they have covered in Paramashuddha Nishchay Nay, which is called as Nayadhiraj. So the other chapters which we have not done, we will be doing in the upcoming semesters. So it is indicating, all in this way, the whole book is written. He is giving a conclusion of the whole book. Okay, so all these chapters. So Nishchay Vyavhar, 47 Nayas are there. Then Nishchay Vyavhar Naya, chapter by chapter, he's highlighted these Nayas. Okay, so I won't go into that. So of all the Nayas, the Dravyarthik Naya is important. The Paramashuddha Nishchay Naya is important. They are called as the Nayadhiraj. Okay, now he comes to Anekantvad. Ananta Dharmatmak. यह परम भाव ही अनेकांत. अनंत धर्मात्म मतलब multi-dimensional reality. Understanding the multi-dimensional reality of Jeev, of Pudgal, of any substance in this world is Anekantvad, and Saptabhangi and Syadvad are talking about that multi-dimensional reality. Huh? Just give me a minute. I need to. Sorry, dear. Okay, so so all these, you know, Anekantvad, Nayavad, Syadvad, they're all interrelated. In one word, we can say Anekantvad. But when we go into the details, the methodology of the usage of Anekantvad is Syadvad, Saptabhangi, and Tapas, please take it. She'll hurt herself. So Dwadashang, the whole Jain literature is only trying to highlight the Parama Bhava Bhagwan Atma. But with the Bhagwan Atma, what all happens on the way? Gati happens, Jati happens, Karma happens, Kashaya. So incidentally, they also have been highlighted. So seven tattvas also will have been highlighted because all these come in the way of the journey of the soul. So, but what is the, in Mokshmar Prakashak it will come, you know, the Prayojan Bhut Tattva. Prayojan, Aprayojan Bhut Tattva. So Prayojan Bhut Tattva, they'll say seven tattvas. But when you go deeper into it, it is the hidden Atma Jyoti in the seven tattvas, which is the Prayojan Bhut Tattva. Okay, yeah. So, next one. So Parama Bhava Prakashak Naya Chakra. This book is devoted to highlighting the Parama Bhava, and in this only, what to say, Sabhi Prakar ke Nayon ki Charcha, only to highlight the Parama Bhava, all the Nayas have been explained, and Saptabhangi, Syadvad, everything is explained. So then he says it is true that Atmarthi Jan will take that whosoever takes interest in the Naya Chakra and studies it very deeply will definitely realize or understand the Parama Bhava Nija Bhagwan Atma. Okay, and he says that I wish that all Atmarthi people realize this Parama Bhava Nija Bhagwan Atma and they reach that Parama Pada. They do the Aradhana of Parama Pada, they reach the Parama Ananda, and with this I conclude my writing. Is it clear? So that is how I've translated the whole chapter. Just 2.5 pages, but how beautifully it is done, no? How beautifully it is done. Okay. Chalo. Anybody has any questions, doubts related to Anekantvad, Syadvad? Anytime you can put a word. You were having some examples going on in the group. Anybody wants to take it up quickly? We'll take it up.
Ma'am, before that, I had a couple of questions. One question is related to Ananta Gyan. Now, when we say Ananta Gyan, are we describing it from the subject or object of the Gyan, or are we describing it from the Gyayak Bhav?
Ah, very good question. I will give your answer. Wait. Can you see this? Can you see this?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
This also.
Can you tell me what is this?
Essence of pravachan, sir.
Oh, okay.
No, look at this diagram.
That we can't read, man.
Not very clear, ma'am.
Okay, so I will tell it to you. See here, if you want, you can put down.
Here,
One,
Gaya,
first one is Gyan. Second one is Gay. And third one is the whole universe. Okay, so Gyan is equal to Gay and Gay is equal to the whole universe. You understand what I'm trying to say? So now you see, Gyan is the subject. The universe is the object. So when you have the subjective experience of Gyan, it will not be devoid of the Gaya. There will be some Gaya or the other in the Gyan. You have to differentiate between the Gyan and the Gay. And have oneness with the Gyan and ignore the Gay that comes in your Gyan. Then one fine day, the whole universe, the knowledge of the whole universe will be reflected in your Gyan. But this Gyan is not just the reflection of the whole universe, but it is more than that. It is more than that. More than that means there are other dimensions to the Chaitanya Swabhav. Gyan is only one aspect. Likewise, you have Darshan, Drishya, and the whole universe. This is only one slice from the consciousness. Like that, there are so many properties, and each property, you have the subjective experience of it, and the objective reality is reflected in it. Yet you remain detached, yet you remain absorbed from in the source of Gyan, in the source of all these Shaktis. Clear? Have I answered your question? So it
So in
includes
this
the
case,
subjective and the object.
so in this case, we would say that the number 1 is more critical as opposed to number 2 and 3. Then
Always.
maybe they would be a part of number 1, but they're not necessarily influencing part 1.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
And the second question I had was regarding when we are comparing Mahavir Bhagwan and Buddha, you commented that Bhagwan Mahavir's Keval Gyan was confirmed by Deva. Now, Devs are only up to Avdhi Gyan. So, would there be any external change happening in a Keval Gyani that would let other Avdhi Gyanis know that this person has achieved Keval Gyan, or how would they interfere?
That is the Atishay of Tirthankar Bhagwan, you know, that the Indras, they come and set up the Samavasharan and declare and all that thing, you know. So,
Right.
Kalyanak Mahotsav hota na, Panch Kalyanak, all the Devtas participate in it. So, yeah.
So would that mean that any other ordinary Kevali would not be recognized by Devas, or they would not know whether they've achieved Keval Gyan?
No. They may not, depending on their Yash Namkar.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, anybody else need anything? Otherwise, I'm going to Mokshamar Prakashak, or I'm going to your Gandhar and Bhavbhasa.
One more question, ma'am. Sorry, I'm just taking the time up here. But this is a question on the current topic of Anekantvad. So I'm referring to this book here.
Hmm.
And in this book, they explain the right way of Naya Saptabhangi and wrong way of Naya Saptabhangi.
Hmm.
In which they're saying that in the right way of Saptabhangi, they say Dravya ki apeksha atma abhinna hi hai. And in the wrong way, they're saying that Swa Chatushtay ki apeksha dravya abhinna hi hai. So they're talking about the Swa Chatushtay and Par Chatushtay. And what I could infer from it is that when you're talking from Swa and Per Chatushtay, then it could be an error in your interpretation of the Naya Saptabhangi. So I'm not sure if you have come across this book, but that was my interpretation. I was a bit confused with that.
Your question is not clear. I know something what you're talking, but I'm not clear about your doubt. What's your doubt?
Doubt is that I was always, after understanding this subject through this class, I was understanding that when we're talking about Swa Chatushtay, as opposed to Per Chatushtay, then the description in Swa Chatushtay is the right way of describing, and it is to be comparable with the Per Chatushtay in Nasti form.
Correct. Correct.
But here they're saying that even if you're talking from Asti and Nasti form, Swa Chatushtay and Per Chatushtay could mislead you in your conclusion. That's what I understood from the way it was written here.
Okay, first of all, I need to take that book and I need to
Yeah.
read it and understand whether you have understood it correctly or not.
Okay. Okay.
So
So I'll leave it for another day. Yeah.
You just message me the page number. I will look at it and I'll send you a voice.
Sure, sure. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Anybody else? Any other example that on the group was left?
I was asking a question. On the Kramabat Paryaya. We understand that Kavali Bhagavan has seen it, so that is how it is going to happen. Is that already fixed in our swabhav, or it is going to come and he has seen it before, that is why it is fixed?
You're talking about our Keval Gyan, our moksha, or the world that is happening?
No, any jiva. So if I'm going to do something tomorrow, is it already fixed in my soul or somewhere?
Go. See, dear, again, we have to go back to our old things. Pan Samvai, 5 factors.
Right.
If you say everything is predetermined, you're talking about the 5th Samvai.
Yeah.
Everything is prefixed is the 5th Samvai.
Okay.
What is prefixed? What is prefixed? The Swabhav.
Swabhav.
Swabhav of all things are prefixed.
Right.
And which jeev, when, what Purushartha they will do is prefixed in Bhagwan's Gyan, not in our Gyan.
Right.
So we have to do the Purushart of understanding the Swabhav. The Swabhav, the inherent potential divinity, is prefixed. But when you will realize this, only through Purushart. And when you will do that Purushart, it is predetermined by in Keval Gyan, but not in our Gyan. Is it clear? What dress you are going to wear today, you don't know. But Paramatma in Keval Gyan, it is reflected. That he is going to wear this suit for this thing.
Right.
He is not going to do anything with that knowledge. So you can ask one question, when he's got nothing to do with that knowledge, why does he have that knowledge? He's not going to do anything.
Right.
Then why does he have all the knowledge? So we have lots to do, so we should have all that knowledge. Then I need not think what dress I have to wear. Automatically that dress only I'll be wearing. So many questions you can discuss when it comes to understanding Keval Gyan. So what I'm saying is, you have to look at your question from the prism of the 5 samvai, 5 factors that govern any event. Predetermination is one of the factors. If you take it only and exclude the 4, then your gyan will be ekantik, not anekantik.
My question is that predetermination. Just for now, let us not talk about the Keval Gyan part. So let's talk only about the 5 somewhere. That predetermination, is it already in our soul? It is like something when we come out of Nigo itself, it is already written in our swabhav, or it is different?
No. You have to understand that these things are not in any dravya.
Okay.
These 5 factors are the things that govern the universe.
Okay.
The swabhav is ingrained in every dravya.
Right.
Each of the 6 dravyas will remain in their swabhav eternally. Whatever may be the load of karma and mithyatva, the jeev will never be devoid of its parama bhava swabhav.
Okay.
Okay. Now, how many jeev will do the pursharth of realizing that inherent divinity? That's a big question mark. No, it is different from jeev to jeev.
Yeah, right.
Why it is different from jeev to jeev? So the third factor is the kal, the karma, the nimit. नहीं, मुझे नहीं मालूम, उसके मुझे कुछ भी नहीं मालूम. You understand? Right? So in our gyan is very limited. So we have to look at these 5 factors to understand the any event. But in Paramatma's gyan, so Paramatma's gyan is Keval gyan. He does not have to what to say. He understands the swabhav of each jeev. He knows when what jeev will do purushar, and because of which factor is doing, which time he will do, and all this thing is predetermined. Everything happens. See, when we say Bhagwan knows past, present, future. So the future which has not happened also is known to him. That means what? The future is prefixed. That is the 5th point. But if we go by this knowledge, then we are not understanding the 4 factors. We are taking this one out. So we will be misleading ourselves.
So,
Clear?
Yeah, for our actions, I understand, the nimit is our karmic uday. Right? So does it mean even for Paramatma, the Keval Gyan, so for him also his paryay is also prefixed like ours?
Okay, now I'll take you one more step deeper. In Keval Gyan, Bhagwan is knowing the whole universe.
Right.
He's knowing the past, present, future simultaneously.
Yes.
Now listen very carefully. When we were children, we always had the paryay of toys,
Right.
the gyan of the toys, that paryay of the gyan in which the toys were reflected. Then as we grew older, then the paryay of wealth and other things came. So everything came according to a sequence, no? In childhood, these paryay, in youthhood, these paryay, for a businessman, these paryay, for a muni, these paryay, right? So according to our bhumika, the paryays keep coming. And these paryay come in a kram, they come in an order. And that order is also predetermined. So when what gyan will be having, which gay will be coming in our gyan is also prefixed. Like for example, just a minute earlier, I was telling we will do Mokshmarg Prakashak and we will do the Bhav Bhasan Gandha. This is what we were planning and thinking. But you come up with this set of questions. So this was predetermined at this time, this should come, which was not known to you and me, but in Keval Gyan it is known.
So who makes that predetermination?
There is no creator. It is a natural phenomenon.
Okay.
It's a natural phenomenon. So when in your Gyan, the Samyak Gyan Paryay will come, Keval Gyan Paryay will come, it will come when it has to come. I am the Gyaya. I'm only a witness of it. I'm not the doer of all that.
And then
So Keval Gyan and Moksha is a highly dynamic process in which there is paryay after paryay of Gyan coming, and the Paramatma remains a mere witness, Sakshi.
then what makes the difference between what is coming in my Gyan and what is coming in another person's Gyan? What makes the difference? Because it is not same for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So it is coming in for each one, it is coming in some natural order. So
Yes.
what makes that natural order different?
That is according to the other 5 factors. That natural order, each one of us have the same swabhav, but each one's purusharth is different. Each one's ragdvesh is different. Each one's level of understanding of gyan is different. So you have so many format of kshayoksham gyan. Because that many bhav, that many karmas, that many paryay of gyan are operating in ananta jeev.
So that means all the Kavalis will have the same reflection at any point, is it?
Yes, yes, you can say yes. You can say yes. It is like all of us are running in a race,
Right.
but the happiness of going and touching the goal post is almost the same for all of them, no?
Yes.
But then who will go and touch when? It depends on the individual capacity and so many other things. That is why this part will come in our Gunasthan. Till the 8th Gunasthan, it is all different levels.
Right.
Nivritti Badar. From 9th onwards, it is Nivritti Badar. It all becomes, you know. I'll give you one example. Supposing you have to go on an elevator, and there are so many people waiting down to go on the elevator. So somebody will have a baggage, somebody will come from this direction, somebody, and all will be trying to find a way in on the escalator or elevator or whatever it is. So now when they come on the escalator, they all go in one direction.
Right.
So different jeev coming from different backgrounds will all be different till the 8th Gunasthan. But once they come on the 9th, they all take the ladder of destruction in a very uniform manner and they destroy the karmas. But the set of karmas will be different. But the process of spiritual understanding and the depth will be similar.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
But ma'am, we cannot compare the Keval Gyan to any of these things because they don't have the 5 samvais. They don't have karmas actually. So one of the factors of that one samvai has already gone actually. It's only their swabhav, which is the basic denominator for everybody the same. And the kal is ananta kal. So that also is the same. So the Kramapada Paryaya doesn't apply to the Keval Gyanis, no?
No. First of all, the 5 samvai in Keval Gyan, you should not see like this. See, Kevali Bhagwan knows things as they are.
Correct.
So he knows the swabhav of all the dravyas. He knows the purushartha of all the dravyas. And he is also, see, the real purushartha is done by Aryanta Siddha Bhagwan. They will never come out of their Atma. Sadi Ananta Kalta, Purusha means Atma. Artha means Prayojan. So Atma ka Prayojan is to remain in the Gyayak Bhav. So that tremendous Purusharth is happening. They are not doing. It is an automatic process that is happening in them. Okay. And for how much ever time it may be, that Purusharth, that Swabhav, they will never come out of their Swabhav. So they can only be nimit for your Keval Gyan. They cannot be the doer for your Keval Gyan. And when you will understand this nimit, when it is in your Krambad. When it is in your Krambad, you will understand. When you do the right Purusharth, you will understand. And when you will do the right Purusharth is also according to your Krambad. What can I do for you? It's that kind, you know, you have to look at.
Okay.
Yes. Anybody else? Or shall I take the Gandhar and Bhavbhasan today and then do the Moksha? So all of you read 3 and 4 and come. We'll do revision of Moksha Prakashak next class. Next class
Okay.
will be the last class. And all of you listen to the Friday lectures if you want and try to understand Moksha Prakashak. We did revision of chapter 3 and it was highly appreciated. It was found to be useful. And one of the students said, very senior person in the group, that when we read it on our own, we are not able to bank on the depth of it. But when you talk or when you help us to reread, it makes more sense. Okay.
Ma'am,
And
what is the link for the Hindi class? The YouTube link?
I will send it. Just remind me.
Yes.
Remind me if I fail to. Yes. Yes, anybody now come for the Gandhar? So far, only Saurabh has finished Gandhar and Bhavbhasan. All the others, 3, 6, 9, 12 people have done the Gandhar.
Ma'am, I said I'll do the Bhavbhasan today. I've already
Yes.
finished again.
Yes, you all can go ahead now.
I'll
do it, ma'am. This time,
Yes, yes.
this is Padma
Ma'am,
Priya.
I'll also do.
All of you do. All of you do. One by one. Shobha madam, start. What
I'll do it on the Mithyatva, ma'am. Moksha Prakashak, chapter 3, chapter 4, the first 2 pages. The characteristics of Mithyatva and.
Okay, so I'll ask you 3 questions, and just to the question you have to give the answer. So, what are the 3 causes of suffering? What are the 3 causes of suffering?
The 3 causes of suffering is Kudarshan, Kugyan, and Kucharitra. They are the fundamental causes. That
Do
is,
they use the word Kudarshan?
In English, it's written perverse belief, perverse knowledge, and perverse
So don't
charitra.
say Kudarshan, say Mithya Darshan.
Mithya Darshan, Mithya Jnana, and Mithya Charitra.
Okay. They have given the example of a madman. What is that?
That is actually when he knows incorrectly the objects and with which he is concerned, and there is he doesn't get harmed by it, it doesn't matter. But when he knows the objects incorrectly and it harms them, and it harms the people around him, then he is labeled as an insane person. And that is when he will become a mithya drishti, and if he knows them correctly, then he becomes a samyak drishti actually.
Okay, so you have to understand, a madman not knowing things correctly, even if he is not harming others, but because of his madness, he is in a state of delusion, and he's spiritual, even not physically, but intellectually, spiritually, he is harming his own soul.
Yes.
So likewise, a mithya drishti, he may not be physically harming anybody, but because of the mithyatva, he is conditioning his soul. He's making it more heavy. Yeah. So that, okay. Now, what are the prayojan bhut and aprayojan bhut tattvas? Padartha. Page number 78 of Hindi book. Prayojan bhut and aprayojan bhut padarth. Can you highlight them?
I don't know what page it is in the PDF English, ma'am. I don't know.
Prayojan means your purpose.
Purpose, yes.
Quickly, we'll do today. Good. What are prayojan bhut and aprayojan bhut padartha?
Padartha you want?
No, this is very important, no? Because you said
I'm unable to understand the. Yes, purpose. It's mind block. Sorry. the only purpose of a jiva is that he wants to be happy and free of miseries. And this absence of miseries is the purpose of jiva, right? And when how will he get this is when he will have the discrimination between self and swa and para, that is Beda Vigyan. And if one has mithyatva, which will sort of gives all the wrong beliefs, the wrong this thing, and it creates a lot of ashrav, and it creates a lot of bondage, that will be creating a lot, keep him in misery all the time. And so dukh is the only pap of a jiva. So that is the purpose actually.
See, you have to understand like this. The prayojan bhuta padartha are the 7 tattvas, and more than the 7 tattvas, it is the hidden spiritual element hidden in the 7 tattvas. That is the prayojan. So even though you have learned the 7 tattvas, but you have not learned about the parama bhava atma, then aprayojan padartha. Even though you have known the 7 tattvas, you have not known it. So your prayojan of coming out of suffering will not be answered. So we have invested time in aprayojan bhut things and not in the prayojan bhut things. So we have not got the real happiness. We don't come out of the suffering. That's how you have to read this portion. Okay. Chalo. Next one.
Ma'am?
Wait. Wait. I'll finish with her test and then come. Is Indriya Gyan the cause of suffering? It is given on page number 81. Is Indriya Gyan, okay, the cause of suffering or not?
Ma'am, as I understand, Indriyas are the instrumental causes of creating suffering, the Gyan, which, but they are not the actual cause of suffering, but they are facilitating all these, sufferings, which they are facilitating the wrong understanding. They are facilitating they provide inputs. They give wrong knowledge to that person, and these kind of things will create the suffering actually.
You need to refine your statement, Shobha madam.
They are not directly.
Yeah. Indriya, in the first part of your answer, you were right, but the explanation part needs to be refined. So Indriya Gyan is neither the cause of happiness nor the cause of suffering. The jiva identifying with the Indriya Gyan and not with the source of Indriya Gyan is the cause of suffering.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, understood, dear?
Yes.
Yes, so Indriya Gyan are instruments. They are Indriya is there even for Paramatma, Arihant Bhagwan. So neither Indriya nor Indriya Vishay nor Indriya Gyan is the cause of suffering. Not having the Bheda Vigyan is the cause of suffering.
Yeah, understood.
Okay, that's all. Your 3 questions are over, Shobha madam. Thank you. Next.
Thank you.
Next.
Ma'am?
Yes, Rajal.
Miss, the same first, third, chapter 3 of Moksha Marga.
Which page? Which part of 3rd chapter?
Well,
Your 3rd.
Okay, I just, I don't know, went through the chapter. So,
Okay, then you just relax. Tell me the 4 kinds of desires.
The 4 kinds of desires connected with the karma, the
No,
4 1 second.
4 kinds of desires.
Desires for punya desire, pap desire.
You're asking me or are you telling me?
I am just little desires. Everything is desire. All kinds of.
Todarmadi talks of 4 kinds of desires, no dear.
No, the Vishnu Ichai and things like that. Is it 4th chapter?
Somebody had a doubt. Be ready with the
Ma'am,
doubt.
I think this is miseries, no? Chapter 3 is all about the miseries. I think it's in the 4th chapter, the desires. 1 second.
In my book, it is in the 3rd chapter. 4 kinds of ichhai. Page number 70 of Hindi book.
This chapter 3 is exposition of miseries and mundane existence and bliss of liberation.
Go and see page number 70 of the Hindi book. You want time, you want to reread the lesson. You take
Okay,
1 page, but you do it thoroughly.
Okay,
Instead of
ma'am.
reading the whole chapter, you say, ma'am, 2 pages, you ask me questions.
Okay, the first Mohaniya karma, miseries are caused by the rise of Mohaniya karma. You can ask me on that.
Page number 70.
70.
No, in Hindi book, page number 70.
I have the English book, so.
Bahya nimit se vigraha.
Now she is asking me to go to Mohaniya karma, which is page number 50. Page number 50.
Ma'am,
So
I
you
have the
tell me,
English.
Rajal, what I should do? I should ask questions according to my
Root causes
age
of miseries. Root causes of miseries.
Yes.
Root cause of misery में वहाँ पे 3 दिया हुआ है. What are those 3?
Root causes, miseries caused by the karma point of view, mithyatva, pap and punya.
No,
Ma'am,
that is not the order.
Hindi, ma'am. Vishay ichha, kasha ichha, bhav
Which
ichha.
Desire. Root causes are the desires.
62, ma'am.
So Rajal, I want you to read just 2 pages
Okay, ma'am.
of chapter 3.
Okay.
Just read 2 or 4 pages of chapter 3 and come.
Okay, ma'am.
I will take your test in the next week or at the end of the class.
Okay.
I don't want you to read the whole chapter. I want to gauge the depth of your understanding or the rightness of your understanding.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Somebody had a doubt. I stopped them. Who is that? Hello. Somebody was asking something. And Shobha was saying something.
Ma'am, it's Padma Priya, ma'am. I got
Yes,
2
Padma
doubts.
Priya. Bolo.
Rajinendra, ma'am. One is like, you said like all the Kavalis have got similar or the same amount of knowledge. Ananta Gyan, isn't it, ma'am? Is that the reason they're all preaching the same things? This is the Moksha
Yes.
Marga. You know, there is
Yes.
no difference between the thought, like Pashna, whatever Pashna said, Mahavir Bhagavan said the same thing.
Yes.
So that knowledge is the same. Even the Kavalis, the Mumukshi Kavalis or all other Kavalis, everybody's the knowledge is the same.
Yes. And similar. It is same and similar, yet
Same and
each
similar.
one is enjoying their own knowledge.
Yes.
Right? Each
Yes,
one is
ma'am.
enjoying their own knowledge. It is not there is one person and all merge with it and everybody collectively enjoying. It is not like that. Each Siddha Bhagwan is distinct yet similar.
Yeah.
They are similar yet distinct. So unity in diversity. Diversity in unity. You understand? They are all united in the experience, but each one, the experience is the same, but each one is enjoying their own Gyan, Darshan, Sukh, Virya.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am,
ma'am.
and
Second,
Well, 1 second. Yes, Padma Priya, your second doubt.
second doubt is like when Shobha ma'am said like the Prayojan Bhut Tattvas, I thought the 7 Prayojan Bhut Tattvas, if those are the Prayojan Bhut Tattvas, if I understand it correctly, then it is called, I mean, if I understand and apply it correctly, then it is called Prayojan Bhut Tattva. If I'm not using that properly, or if I just know it, not applying anything, or immersing myself into my own soul, or if I'm not doing the application, then even those 7 tattvas are called Prayojan Bhut.
I would like to throw light on what Padma Priya just now said. Knowing the names of the 7 tattvas, okay, knowing the names of the 7 tattvas is not Prayojan Bhut. They are the Prayojan Bhut tattvas, but the real Prayojan is happiness. Coming out of suffering is the real Prayojan. How you will come out of suffering? By understanding the 7 tattvas correctly. And what is that correctness of understanding? Understanding the hidden Atma Jyoti in the 7 tattvas.
Yes.
Then when you understand that hidden Atma Jyoti in the 7 tattvas, you will get the real happiness. Until then, just knowing the names of the 7 tattvas and not knowing the prayojan behind the 7 tattvas, you won't get the, the prayojan of happiness will not be answered. Am I clear?
Thank you, ma'am. Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am. It is clear. Thank you,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
the actual this thing is to have the right belief in the tattvas. That is where, that means you have understood, you have absorbed it and apply it. That is where the right belief is the Prayojan Bhut.
Reality. Know the
Okay.
reality.
Yeah, I'll give you one small example. This is based on Natak Samaysar. Natak Samaysar. We will be studying Samaysar, no, in the next upcoming semesters. That time it will come. I'll just quickly highlight because now the discussion is going on. Just imagine that there is a drama that is being played, Natak. And the 7 tattvas are coming and doing their role play. Jeev is coming, Ajeev is coming, Punya, Paap, Asrav, Samvar, Nirjara, Bandh, Moksha, all are doing the role play, right? And who is sitting and watching? Who is sitting and watching? We all like to watch movies and dramas, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So who is sitting and watching? The one who is watching is I am. So Moksha also will come. Bandh also will go. Asrav will go. Samvar Nirjara will come. The Jeev will go to Moksha. But I remain a Gyayak Bhav. Understanding this Gyayak Bhav will make you Nirakul, devoid of anxiety. In that moment of anxiety, you experience the real happiness and peace. That is the Prayojan Bhut Tattva. Understood? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. So, but if you're anxious about moksha, that means you don't know the Gyayak Bhav. You're not. So, when you're not aligned with this, moksha will not come. You'll go away from moksha. Clear? Yes.
Yes,
Next.
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Dara is waiting, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am, the 4 kinds of desires, that is Vishay, Kashay, Pap and Punya. Connected.
Exam hall question paper has been taken
No,
away.
I'm just
Your
asking.
answer goes
मैं बोल ही रही हूँ.
unrecorded.
नहीं,
Your
बराबर.
answer goes
Just saying.
unrecorded.
हाँ.
Rajal, don't worry. You study the first 4 pages of chapter 3 and come. From that only, I will ask you questions. Leave the desires thing. Leave the desires thing. Yes, Rita.
Ma'am, I haven't done Garadhar also, ma'am. So can I do Garadhar first?
Why are you asking, can I do? I'm telling you all do.
Yes,
Don't waste
ma'am.
my energy.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to do in this Krambat Paryay, the first question and the question, 2 questions, ma'am. The first one and one more, the timely and untimely death.
Okay, you get 3 minutes to do it. Do it.
Okay, ma'am. So the first one second, ma'am.
The first 2 questions of Krambat Paryay. All of you can take and see.
The first question, yes, ma'am. The first question and the 11th question, ma'am.
Okay.
Now the first question. it's talking about animate and inanimate beings. So it says basically animate beings are born with its own sequence bound modifications, and inanimate beings are born with its own sequence bound modifications. Animate cannot become inanimate. Itna change, so much change cannot happen that an animate will become inanimate, and an inanimate cannot become an animate being. And the modifications are.
1 second, Rita. Wherever you want, you can use the Jain terminology. Jeev, Ajeev. I know.
Okay.
Paryay.
Okay.
Use this Jain terminology, mix English and talk.
ठीक है मैम. तो वही मतलब change is in the nature of a substance. Change keeps happening. That's what the nature of a substance is. तो जीव आके but इतना change नहीं हो सकता अजीब बन जाए, और अजीब इतना change नहीं हो सकता कि जीव बन जाए. And no one substance is the creator and destroyer of its own changes. There is no other substance which can come and do anything about it. मतलब it's independent. कोई किसी का कुछ नहीं कर सकता. Basically saying that. Then sometimes people ask the ma'am that matlab, can I change what I did in the past or the present or the future in a modification? Nobody can do anything. It's all pre-planned, basically predestined. Everything happens in an orderly manner. We think we are doing it or because of this, but everything happens in an orderly manner. It cannot be changed. Nothing about a modification of the past cannot be changed because past is over. Present also modification cannot be changed because the modification ka janam ho chuka hai. It just take one samay. So after a birth of a modification, you cannot change it. And future modification, you cannot change because it's not born only. You don't know what it is. So that was about the first question, ma'am. And now the other question, timely, untimely death. Now they say untimely death mane, like death by poisoning. So we say no ki wo apne age ke pehle mar gaya shayad, because he sweet-tided ho, he did poisoning. But it's not like that. Basically, it is there. Matlab it is predestined, pre-planned. So Arihant Bhagwan knows that aisa hone wala hai, is waqt ye marne wala hai. It is just that because we are here in the, what do you say, in the way, we say that, it's a premature death, but it's not a premature death. It is a modification which has been pre-planned, predestined.
When you're done, you let me know. Otherwise, your time is up.
Okay, ma'am. I'm done, ma'am.
First of all, Rita, don't use the word pre-planned.
Okay,
Planned by whom? Planned by whom?
No, nobody plans it, ma'am. It just happens
And why
on
do
its
you
own.
say the word pre-planned? Planned implies that somebody is there sitting and planning.
Okay, predestined then I should use, ma'am.
Never use the word pre-planned.
Okay.
Predestined matlab wo pehle se hi it is fixed. It is to happen like that.
Okay.
So then why do you use the word, what is the meaning of the word? Okay, now you have done your Gandhar, I give you the marks. Now your Bhavbhasan from the same 2 questions you want me to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, or you want some other portion?
No, ma'am. Or the first and second question, ma'am. Or the same questions. It's okay.
First of all, what is the meaning of the word Akal Mrityu? What is the meaning of the word Akal Mrityu?
Before the time, death before the time.
No,
I mean death in a different, in not a natural death.
No, Akal Mrityu, our understanding is before time. But what is this book telling you? This question telling you? What they're trying to tell you over here?
Ma'am, can I just see the page, ma'am?
देख लो. अभी एग्जाम टेस्ट चल रहा है आपका, आपके मार्क कटेंगे, मुझे नहीं मालूम.
Ma'am, can I have the test next week otherwise?
Okay, ठीक है, चलो. Study
okay,
the
ma'am.
Come again.
Okay, fine, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
चलो.
Ma'am, I want to give Gandhar.
हाँ बोलो नाम बोलो और चालू हो जाओ.
Dhara.
Yes, Dhara. किसमें
Yes,
से देना है?
I'll give from Moksha Marg Prakashak from chapter number 4.
हाँ, page number.
I'll give the summary of whole chapter in 3 minutes.
Give the summary of the whole chapter.
Yeah, in 3 minutes. I'll try to give summary of whole.
Give.
Is it fine?
Give.
Okay.
चलो.
Okay. So the main cause of all the sufferings is due to Mithya Darshan and Mithya Gnan and Mithya Charitra. And if you want to attain moksha liberation, we have to uproot all these. So first I'll give the characteristics of the wrong belief, that is Mithya Darshan. The misbelief in tattvas, all the seven tattvas will give rise to darshan mohaniya karma. And the knowing, not knowing, or wrong knowing depends on the udaya of gnanavanya karma. And due to this, some harm or benefit which occurs is because of the darshan mohaniya karma. And to eradicate all the miseries and sufferings, one should have the prediscriminate knowledge of Jeev and Ajeev tattva and all other seven tattvas. And if we don't have the right knowledge, we will have all the wrong belief of all the seven tattvas. Like, for example, wrong belief of Jeev and Ajeev tattva. So in this, the Jeev believes that the oneness or the mindness with the body, which is giving the suffering. So that is separate, that is completely a different thing. And the second one is wrong belief about ashram tattva. Ashram means the influx of the karma. So due to rise of mohaniya karma, mithyatva and the kashai, etc. are caused in Jeev, and he believes them to be his nature. And it does not understand that it is caused by due to rise of pap and punya karma. So that is a wrong belief about ashram tattva. Third one is wrong belief about bandh tattva. So due to wrong knowledge of the principle of bondage will give rise to this. Next is wrong belief of samvar tattva. Samvar is a stoppage of all the karmas. So absence of asra will give rise to the stoppage karmas. That means it will stop all the karmas. And but the Jeev is so much engrossed in the ashram tattva, he is not able to understand the importance of samvar. So because of that, the Jeev is having the wrong knowledge of the samvar tattva. The next one is the wrong tattva about nirjara tattva. And the Jeev who does not recognize the bandha tattva correctly will not have the right belief of nirjara. The next one is wrong belief about moksha tattva. So complete destruction of all the karmas will of all the karmic bondage will give us moksha. And the last one is the wrong belief of punya or pap tattva. So Jeev understands the punya as beneficial to them and pap as a harmful to them. But both the pap and punya are illusions, they are delusions. So the Jeev having this belief, wrong belief, will give rise to wrong belief of punya and pap tattva. So these were the characteristics of the mithya darshan. Now the nature of wrong knowledge. So wrong and indecisive form of knowledge about the purposefulness or essential Jeev tattva is called as mithya gnan, the wrong knowledge of that. So due to rise of mohaniya karma, wrong knowledge is evolved, and whatever incorrectness is there in knowing this process is due to rise of gnanavanya karma. And whatever correctness is there in this process is due to the kshamoksham of gnanavanya karma. So right or wrong knowledge are described from the correct knowledge of the seven tattvas. And knowledge is considered as the cause, and the belief, the wrong belief, is considered as the effect of that. The last one is the nature of the wrong conduct. So the passional disposition which is produced due to rise of the charitra mohaniya is termed as a mithya charitra, which is also known as wrong conduct. The nature of the soul is to be just be the knower and seer, but instead of that, he whatever objects he sees or knows, he believes them to be either beneficial or harmful to them, and therefore mohaniya, moh rag dvesh feeling arises, and the object appears beneficial or harmful due to just pap or punya karmas. So that the Jeev should be able to identify it. So, ma'am, this was a summary of the whole chapter.
Yes, Dhara, you have.
Yes, ma'am.
वहाँ पे इष्ट अनिष्ट राग द्वेष विधान, that part is left. Okay, no problem. You want to do the bhav bhasan?
Yes.
This chapter itself?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you spoke about the seven tattvas, mein bhool. So in Moksha Tattva, it is given not knowing the causes of bondage. If you don't know the causes of bondage, you cannot know the cause of liberation.
Yes.
So that means you don't know the Bandha Tattva correctly, means you don't know the Moksha Tattva also.
Moksha Tattva. Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
these little things are missing in your presentation.
Okay. Okay.
So next time when you do your Gandhar, choose just 2 pages or one part of the whole chapter.
Okay.
And try to go in the depth of it.
Okay, ma'am.
Huh? You have summarized, that's okay. But then next time I want you to concentrate on one particular part and try to deeply analyze it, so that I come to understand that, I come to know that you have understood the concept very clearly.
Okay.
So there should be more clarity. Clarity is more important than the quantity of learning. That is one thing. Second thing is, you said Jnana Varniya Karma ke Karan we have Agyan.
Yes, the wrong belief of 7th Tattva.
So you have to understand that it is not because of the Jnana Varniya Karma you have wrong belief.
Okay.
It is because of the Darshan Mohaniya Karma that you have wrong belief.
The wrong belief. Okay. Okay.
Some Mithya Darshan, Mithya Gyan, Mithya Charitra, in that Mithya Darshan, Mithya Gyan are because of Darshan Mohaniya Karma, not because of Jnana Varniya Darshana.
Okay.
Okay, so Atma is Gyan Swabhav. You are not understanding that Gyan Swabhav is Darshan Mohaniya Karma.
Okay.
That makes the Gyan as Agyan.
Okay.
But Gyan is Gyan.
Yes.
Gyan of a Mithya Drishti is also Gyan. Gyan of a Samyak Drishti is also Gyan. Gyan of Kevali Bhagwan is also Gyan. That Gyan Swabhav is common in all the Jeev. But the right understanding of it is not there for a Mithya Drishti. That is Darshan Mohaniya. That makes that Gyan as Agyan. The moment your understanding is corrected, your Gyan becomes Samyak.
Okay.
Oh, in my Gyan there is happiness. In my Gyan there is bliss. Then your Darshan Mohaniya will dissolve. And the more and more you experience the Gyan Swabhav, your Charitra Mohaniya will dissolve. And once the whole of Charitra Mohaniya is dissolved, now there are no more Avaran on the Gyan and Darshan. They manifest into as Keval Gyan and Keval Darshan. Okay. So Jnana Varniya, that no other karma has a role to play in our suffering except Darshan Mohaniya Karma.
Okay.
But we say Vedaniya Karma ka uday hua, Asata Vedaniya se dukh hua. No, everywhere along with those 7 karmas, the Mohaniya Karma is attached.
Yes.
That is it is the commander in chief. Even Charitra Mohaniya Karma is not the cause of suffering. You are not able to experience the soul is not the cause of suffering. Not understanding the nature of the soul is the cause of suffering.
Cause of suffering. Yes.
And the moment you understand it, Samyak Darshan has happened, your happiness ka meter is on.
Okay.
So even though you are physically suffering in the world, you are actually not suffering.
Not suffering. Yes.
That magical it is, to understand this chapter. Okay. So one question I've asked you. Now the whole chapter I cannot ask you questions. I'll ask you from the 7 tattvas. He uses the names of 2 types of buddhi, which is the cause of suffering. What are the 2 types of buddhi? He uses 2 names, 2, 3 names are given. Can you give those names?
I'm not able to recall the name.
You see in Jiva Tattva Mein Bhool, the 2 buddhis are given. 2 kinds of wrong understanding. 2 kinds of wrong understanding. So for Bhav Bhasan, take 1 page or 2 page. For Gandhar also, all of you pay attention. 1 page or 2 page. Don't tell me to ask questions from the whole chapter. I won't ask.
Can I give it next time? Is it okay?
Okay. Okay. Do it. Do it next time. Come prepared. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next, I'll do.
Ma'am, so what was the answer? Was it Kubuddhi and of Dhara's?
Ahama Buddhi, aham buddhi, mamatva buddhi, brahma buddhi, all are given.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, next.
Ma'am, I'll do ma'am. Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Yes, Mahindran sir, tell me your.
I'll do on question number 6 and Krampath prayer.
I have to take the book. What is it? What is the question about?
This is about who fetches the modification at the fixed time and who removes it.
Wait, let me take the chapter. Sixth one, no? Okay. Tell me the names of the six bhav.
Oh, okay.
Six Shaktis.
Yeah. Bhava Sakti, Abhava Sakti, Bhava Abhava Sakti, Abhava Bhava Sakti, Bhava Bhava Sakti, and Abhava Abhava Sakti.
Can you explain them?
Okay. In Bhava Sakti, that is the Sakti which keeps the Dravya in its current Paryay. Abhava Sakti is the one which ensures that other Paryayas are not present at this current Samay. Bhava Abhava Sakti is the one which ensures the current Paryay leaves at its time, that is after one Samay, this leaves. Okay. Then Abhava Bhava Sakti is the one which is supposed to come next, is readily available so that it can present at the right time. Then Bhava Bhava Sakti is the one which is supposed to come in the next Samay, comes in, and Abhava Abhava Sakti is the one which ensures no other Paryay comes in the next moment. It allows only the it doesn't allow any other Paryay come in that Samay.
Now the next question is, if we cannot change anything, then what are we supposed to do? Yes, Shobha Madhya.
Thank you, ma'am. Jai Jinendra.
Yes, quickly.
Yes, ma'am.
Achha. She'll be hungry now. Yes, dear.
Nice.
Again, क्या चाहिए? Yes, I asked you a question.
Okay, it is not that we cannot do anything. We can still do our Purusharth. Our Purusharth means we stay in our natural self is our Purusharth. So though it says that everything is fixed, so what is going to happen in future is already known in the Kavali, but it is not known to us, but we can still do what we are supposed to do, so which means staying in our natural self. That is our real Purusharth.
So we have to understand that Atma is Gyata, Drashta, Akarta, and it remains a Gyata, Drashta, Akarta.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah. Okay. Now, in the seventh question, can I ask you?
Yes,
ma'am. Question. Okay. What is this thing? Trikali Upadan. What is the Trikali Upadan?
Trikali Upadan is the one which is ever present in the Dravyas. For example, in the Jiva Dravya, knowing and seeing is always present.
Yeah. So from the Trikali Upadan point of view, that Trikali Upadan is the doer of all the Paryay, and that we call it as the Dravya and Gun. Okay. Chalo, your three questions are over, my sir. I give you full mark.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Those who want to leave can leave. Even I would like to leave in 5 minutes. Quickly, who wants to come next?
Ma'am, can I do the question, ma'am?
Tell me, dear. Don't tell can I do. Tell I am doing on this.
Okay, ma'am. I will take.
Don't waste my energy. Why are you telling can I do? Should I tell yes, you can do?
Sorry.
Are you all small children? You're supposed to tell me, madam, from which portion I'm doing.
Chapter
Then
3,
I'll go
ma'am.
to that portion. Then I'll go to that portion. Tell me which portion now.
Chapter 3, ma'am. Chapter 3, the miseries of the living beings. Samsar paryay ke abheshak.
Very good. That much you tell, that is enough. I have to flip the pages now, dear. Don't waste my time and energy. I don't have. Paryay apeksha. Wait, I have to go to the page number. Page number, if you can tell me, it will be nice. Otherwise, we will have to wait. Karma apeksha I've got. Now, paryay apeksha. Yes. Under paryay apeksha, what is that they are telling us?
About the miseries of the living things, ma'am. About the misery of the Jew.
That is the main heading.
View of
What are you doing? Huh? पूरा पेन लगाइए ऊपर. What are you doing? Yes, dear, you have to tell. In under paryay, they are talking from the gati apeksha.
Gati apeksha. Charkadiki apeksha.
Paryay apeksha is main heading, suffering. So char gati apeksha you have to tell.
Yes.
Okay. Now, are we suffering because we are in the gati, or we are suffering because of something else?
Yes, ma'am. Because we are in. If we go to moksha gati, we will not suffer, ma'am. So we are in the gati, so we are suffering from the 4 gadis only, ma'am.
Now you have to correct your understanding, Jayanti. We are not suffering because we are in the gati. Being in the gati, we think we are that gati wala.
Oh.
So we are suffering. When you stop suffering being in the gati, you stop, when you start experiencing the bliss in Atma, then you will go to moksha. Not the other way. Being in the 4 gatis only, you have to learn to be in the Atma to go to moksha.
Due to Mithya Darshan, we think that we are.
Yeah, we are not understanding the bliss of the soul, so we are thinking we are in the gati, we are suffering, so moksha is away from us.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Next, you have to tell me. Very difficult for me to flip the pages and ask you questions. Why the Devtas are suffering? Why the Devaloka Jiva are suffering?
Because there is also sensual pleasures are there, ma'am.
No. The Devtas are suffering because of Kashaya.
Form of knowledge, the Kashais are also, they have feeble Kashais, not Tivra Kashai, but the sensual and Kashai. Like
but they are having Darshan Mohaniya Karma, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Devtas are having Darshan Mohaniya Karma, and they are having intense greed and attachment. Because of the Darshan Mohaniya, the sense pleasures, the desire to enjoy the sense pleasures is immense.
Yes, ma'am.
They may not have Krodh, Man, Maya, but the Lobha Kashaya is there for them.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now, what are the 4 kinds of desires?
The Ishay Icha, Kashai Icha, Pap Icha, and Punya Icha.
No, it is not Paap Icha, Punya Icha. Paap ke uday mein you have the Icha to get rid of that uday.
Yes, ma'am.
And Punya uday, you have the desire.
We want to do the Punya activities. That is the Punya Icha.
Yes. And in the Punya uday, you are enjoying the pleasures and you are wanting more pleasures. That is suffering. Okay, your 3 questions are over, dear.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Next. निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार. जय जिनेन्द्र.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
அவங்க முடிஞ்ச மாதிரி எஸ்சி மிஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க